I'd make a motion, we go ahead and approve those minutes.
I second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from September 8th. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Check back in.
Thanks, next item is Chicken Creek. Again, yeah.
I know there was a little discussion after last meeting, the hearing, and some comments about revisiting, so I didn't really put any program or information together, but be glad to supply you with any information that I have or guidance, and try to answer any questions you might have.
The only thing I was thinking afterwards is I've been on this board several years, and it's the first time I felt this way, but I felt like we need to have a limit to the people speaking. Because we didn't have anybody here that really spoke in favor of it. If we did, it would have been, more important. But we had one person that tried to control the floor.
When you say limit, you mean like a time limit or?
Time limit,
Okay.
time limit, yes.
Yeah, it's never been an issue.
No, it hasn't. No, never been an issue, but I think it was in the last meeting.
Earl, do you know how from past meetings, have you ever seen?
We ended up with the animal right groups. We ended up having to institute we started out at 5 minutes, and then by golly, we got it down to 3 minutes. We don't maybe hold the crowd totally to that limit, but yeah, I'll agree with you, Ronnie. We probably, maybe from this time forward, 5 minutes is plenty.
Well, and the other thing is they're going to talk about the subject and not everything else. And I think that was part of the problem we had in the last meeting. There was other things covered that had nothing to do
With it?
with what we were addressing. And if they want to spend their time limit doing that, that's fine, but then they need to be cut off.
Is that something you establish as an overall precedent for the board, or is that a per meeting? Before public starts speaking, you say, hey, we're establishing the 3-minute limit on.
I think it needs to be established ahead of time because you can't do it at the time of doing it.
Okay.
It needs to be across the board.
Yep.
For all meetings, within this board.
Yeah.
Which you're bringing up another point, we probably ought to go ahead and establish that while we're discussing if we want to do it, right? That's what you're driving at.
Basically, a motion to that effect.
Yeah.
That we'd limit comments from the public on during hearings or just in general.
During hearings. During hearings, I think. Yeah.
I don't know if there's.
I've been to a meeting before, I think it was Plan Commission or something, where they had a 2-minute time limit, which seemed awful short.
Yeah.
But, the other thing, the people, when they come, they need to be organized, what they're gonna say and what they're gonna do. And if you give them too much time, they're gonna ramble. I like the 3-minute thing. I think that.
That's what we've had at Plan Commission
Yeah.
in the past, was 3 minutes.
I don't know if you somehow put it at the bottom of this agenda that if we make a decision on that, just that's part of our public notice. Any public input is limited to 3 minutes per individual.
We could put that on the notice when they get their.
Right.
Yeah.
The hearing notice, we could put that little clause on there.
Are there other bylaws that you have established as a board that this would fit? No. Okay.
No, not really.
So that's a very specific thing that hasn't happened yet. So because it's one individual thing, I think put it on the hearing notices.
For years and years and years, we never, ever had a time limit till
Yeah.
the animal rights
Yeah.
got pretty wordy. You know, Tom, I guess I talked to you the next day after it, and I'll just throw out a couple of thoughts. And as I'm looking at this, at these minutes, yeah, we didn't have much membership in favor.
Right.
Had a whole bunch, I saw, see there in our minutes, we had a whole bunch of letters against. And then, of course, I think the 6 people there that were in attendance, 5 of them were quiet and 1 of them did all the talking. And, probably all 6 of those were not much in favor either. I asked Tom, I know either Jeff or Ronnie said after the meeting the next day that one of you still felt like that, you know, it's a legal drain and it needs attention. And at what point does the board recognize that and try to do their work? Now, I know we've gotten shut down on a couple other projects over the years, one up there on Mar Road.
Those
You
were all
know.
those were all reconstructions,
Okay,
not maintenance.
not maintenance. But I told Tom that day, you know, and that's why I looked at the map there. Tom, you got a blue line there on that map. Is the whole drain legal clear up to where Donnie Burton lives?
Oh, no, just that first,
Just that blue part is what's legal.
yep, that's it.
How many feet was it? Remember?
4,000 or something?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, 4,000, I believe.
Yeah, it probably is. It looks like a quarter,
39.50.
and a quarter.
39.50.
Yeah, it doesn't quite go to the 3rd quarter mile. And then I guess, Tom, I'd put you on the spot. Is it for sure that the ditch there at the north end on that Nun farm is kind of got a dam there to keep it from flowing down through the Nun farm?
No,
No. That was exaggerated.
there's an open ditch that comes to an end, but there's no berm. It's just flat field after that.
But the ditch just.
The ditch just kind of quits.
But yet, if you get a really big event, water goes through it.
Oh, you can see that on there, a photo, but it's,
Yeah, I see it.
Go through the tilled area.
There's kind of a hell of a wash there, isn't there?
yeah, I mean, it's a defined swale.
Yeah.
Been there for years.
I said that, maybe the part that's just really clogged up down there that needs, you know, we can't do maintenance without doing some sort of assessing. And I don't know what the smallest amount of assessing we've done on a ditch. But say if you assessed everybody up here $2 an acre, and these people down here where all that work needs to be done, maybe they be assessed at about 4 times that rate.
Can we do assessment without a hearing if it's under a certain amount, Tom?
We can't
Okay.
ever do it without a
Okay.
hearing, can we?
That was my question.
We can take like $1,500 a year out of the general drain for another drain. and not have to pay it back, but
Okay,
$1,500 won't get us very
no,
far.
No. Yeah.
So, guys, that's the only thoughts I had was, you know,
Prorated assessment,
huh?
prorated assessment.
What are you thinking, a strip along the drain at a higher rate, or the whole farm at a higher rate?
yeah, that's a good
Where you draw the
question.
line.
Yeah,
Well, that's a good point. The trouble of it is the watershed line doesn't get the whole farm, does it?
Oh, no. I mean, just the acreage that's in the watershed. Do you assess each of those acres, or do you just do a strip along the drain? We've done strips along tiles before at a higher rate.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think there's no doubt in my mind, but if we apply what the attorney told us, if the benefits outweigh the, I don't know how it's worded.
Well, maintenance doesn't, you don't have to do
Don't
that.
do
Oh, you don't have to do that on
No.
that. Okay,
The code says you look at a drain, you either do maintenance on it, you reconstruct it, or you vacate it. You gotta make a choice. You don't, you're not really just supposed to walk away from it.
Go through that again.
You set up a maintenance on a drain, you reconstruct it if it needs it, or you vacate it. This drain doesn't qualify to be vacated, in my opinion.
Right. And we have a responsibility to maintain drains.
What is the requirement to vacate, or what, under what condition would you vacate?
somebody, they have to apply and have a certain number of,
Well, they don't
No.
have to.
oh, does somebody have
The
to?
board can vacate it with a hearing. It's like if, a tile drain had subdivisions all built up around it, and it's not functioning because all the drainage has been changed, you could vacate that tile.
We did vacate that tile out there,
We did on
on,
one.
out there east of O'Connor's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause
we
Comes
did
up
one.
through Jason, right?
yeah,
And Shorty Whittington,
well, yeah.
or Shorty Feesbecks.
Downstream of that, because they pattern tiled the whole farm and didn't need our tile anymore.
Right. I remember that.
So remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
So it's pretty specific
Well, the
criteria to
maintenance,
vacate it.
the maintenance part of our responsibility is one of the primary responsibilities that we have. The next primary is setting up a maintenance schedule. So we have a responsibility to maintain it. I think what bothered me in the minutes, it showed up that, the lack of public support. And I don't know that we're ready to put it to a vote.
So Jeff, what's the purpose of having a hearing if we don't,
So we can hear their concerns if there is something there that we
okay,
aren't aware of that would make us change direction or whatever, I think.
okay.
But not just to say I'm for or opposed to, because anybody, in all likelihood, would say, I don't want to be assessed.
Well, what area, who was getting the damage from the lack of maintenance at this point?
Whenever the levee is breached, folks downstream, a lot of them are not even in the watershed.
That's kind of what the problem is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep.
You say to maintain a drain, we have the power to what, vacate it?
We have to
Maintain it
Maintain it, reconstruction, or vacate it.
or reconstruct, okay.
But a levee is more flood control than drainage though, right? I mean, that's the other.
Yeah, that's the point of having a drain too, isn't
I don't know.
it?
just makes a lot more sense whenever the person getting the benefit is the person paying the bill.
Not to change the subject, but I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion. We put a time limit of 3 minutes in on all hearings. I'll make that in a motion. It's not changing the subject, just clearing something up that we talked about
Got
earlier.
away from, didn't it?
Yeah, right.
I can second that.
All right. Moved and seconded to put a time limit on public comments during public hearings. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
You got any suggestions then on, would you assess, say,
I put a few numbers together. This may be not what you're looking at, but, there's three properties adjacent to the drain. If you would take a 200-foot corridor and assess it at a higher rate, we go from $4 to $12, that'd be 3 times higher. That would only generate $288 a year more.
at all?
Yep, that's 36 acres. 200 feet by 4,000 feet is 36 acres.
Hmm.
8 times 36 is 288.
That's not much.
It would satisfy your need if you wanted to say you're putting more leverage on that lower end.
Okay.
Well, what really was our complaints? The fact of everybody having to pay the same, not having a prorated assessment? Was that what some of the people were saying?
I think the complaint was I'm in the watershed and I get zero benefit.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest.
Okay.
Well,
Because it's these people that are getting the benefits.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, that's what, the downstream type concern is there on a heavy flood, but if there's a watershed, the people in the watershed are benefiting from water running off and moving away as efficiently as possible, it seems to me.
So you're saying what again, Tom? Come up with those numbers again.
200-foot corridor adjacent to the drain.
Would generate how much money?
And that's just, he's just saying just on them
Both
two
sides.
property owners,
3,
three,
Edmondson, Nunn, and Holder.
okay.
So that would be 36 acres
Yeah.
and an additional $8 an acre. Go from 4 to 12, that'd be $8 more.
And how much would it generate?
An additional $288 a year.
Says it, $20.
Don't we,
I mean, that just 3 times, we've gone 3 times on different things that have happened.
See, this drain starts, well, there's a culvert there in that road, okay? Then I suppose, this is, Finkel's big farm, but in there's a culvert there, right, Tom?
There's a drop spillway there, yes.
A drop box spillway,
Mhm.
and that's kind of really the start.
That's what I would, yeah, that's more or less just a grass waterway up this way.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
that dude then see those all the way to there, okay? And let's see, where is that Ledwinka? Where's he at? I'm looking at it upside down. Oh, no, I've got it wrong. Or is that the drain?
That's it. Yeah, you're on it, you're on it.
Okay, but
this is where it get that
This
dam.
is another leg here that comes across.
Just another, yeah,
another leg,
yep, another open ditch.
And this is where it kind of daylights and
That's where,
then
this is where he has.
that's
his-
where he did his
That's
big
where he-
sermon.
Yeah,
That's his surface inlet
Yes.
right there,
Miss Sermon.
and it runs,
Sermon ditch.
runs over to
And then-
Hawk, runs to Hawk
And
Creek.
then here's Hawk Creek.
Yeah.
So what's this one? Just
It
another,
doesn't have a name.
doesn't have a name.
UNT. Unnamed tributary.
Oh, shit. Gosh, I think I got a little bit mixed up. Cause I thought that this dude ended up swinging clear. I thought that was only it. I didn't realize that we were dealing with two arms, so to speak.
mhm. Yeah, this is where the dam is that he complained about, isn't it?
He said it right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no dam.
And Tom helped me, but both sides of this, it's like a jungle.
Yes. And
Uh,
there's trees in the ditch.
Evidently, the north side of this is, because the south side of this runs right along County Road, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a fair amount of trees on the north side. Don't look like too much here
Nate Scheid had all that cleared
to there.
to there at one time.
Okay. Okay. And then is this kind of wet because of those trees?
No, not really.
Not really, it's just the way it shows up in the picture.
Yep.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm not looking for a fight, but
Isn't there some provision that we're required to be equitable with assessments? It doesn't say.
It can't be, I put it in that text.
oh, back when you and I texted,
Not, yeah. Remember. That's right out of the code. Needs to avoid being arbitrary and capricious.
Okay. That's easy.
Well, the thing that
easy
really,
until they go get a high price lawyer.
Yeah.
thing that bothered me is there was nobody here in favor of it. If there had been one person here that was in favor of it, it would have been a different ballgame. But I didn't see, I may be wrong, but I didn't see anybody here that really was in favor of it. And it bothers me when you try to do something when there's nobody willing to show up in favor of something.
If you're gonna have a fight, you need to
Yeah.
know who the fight's for.
Yeah,
Well, but I don't know that
I know what you're
other
saying.
other people didn't favor it. They were just curious to see what was gonna happen.
Yeah, you're probably true. And I know what you're saying is that our job is to maintain.
Yep.
You know,
And it's a mess down there. So who's gonna clean it up? We're not gonna get the property owners to clean it up for sure.
No, you guys gave him a chance a
Mhm.
long time ago.
Mhm.
How would you do maintenance on that? Like 2 phases,
Oh, several phases,
3 phases?
probably do the clearing top first,
Yeah,
and then fix the levee. Straighten.
clear it out, then fix the levee, then clean it.
Mm-hmm.
The levee's right in here.
All along here,
Yes,
isn't it?
Right.
Yep.
Does it go down this way at all? or-
Yes, but that's not our jurisdiction.
Well, yeah, but it does
there is
turn and
there's
go
a
down
levee,
County Road there.
levee that goes all the way along the road there. I don't know when that was built or who did it, but it's there to stay. I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, you don't want to get Mark Holder too wound up about that because he claims it was done to force the water on him. He just thinks that it was, not legal, but yet it's been there for a
Levees
long, long
usually
time.
Yeah.
More times.
is it a levee that's been done with excavation equipment or
Oh, yeah, it's got,
plowing?
had to have been.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
it's got concrete on it and
Okay.
everything else. It was done right, done
Yeah.
well.
Purposely done.
Yeah.
So when's the there was, nothing's ever been touched on that. Well, essentially nothing else. When's the last time that there was really anything done on that or significant?
Back in whenever Nate Shike cleared the trees, it was the only thing I know that was done. I think,
How many more years till it's catastrophic?
oh,
Another 10 years?
No.
if nobody takes the trees out that are in there now, it's gonna be pretty quick. When they
Yeah.
start backing up, start catching more debris.
When Nate Schike did it, he did it out of his own pocket. And he rented that farm.
We pay for the stump treatment.
In my opinion, we still have a responsibility to that, do something with that before it does become catastrophic. And we can wait a year and hope it doesn't get catastrophic.
Well, you have people in favor of it if it gets catastrophic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I recall some comments saying that something needs to happen to it, but they don't want to be taxed for it, right?
Well, yeah.
And that's
I-
how.
That's the big issue.
Yeah.
What's his name? Winky, is that his name? He, said he'd put all kinds of effort into that ditch and we still got a problem, even though he's done a lot, supposedly.
What was our proposed rate, Tom?
$4 an acre and $15 a lot.
And that generated,
I was just going there. $5,715 a year.
Is that the pipeline?
Do you want to see if anybody's watching the video and we'll revisit it?
Or power line?
I wonder if anybody's watching the video.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be kinder tonight.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I had too much on my mind that night, I guess.
Railroad track. Maybe, because look, it's gone in here. Pretty well gone. Well, do we want to readdress this thing?
Well, first off, for hindsight knowledge, it's always good to look back to the future. Is we should have tabled the decision, right?
That would have been an option.
I feel like if we bring it up again, we need to change something. If we just bring it up the same way that, again, do we look stupid too?
Ron and I are going off the board, so we don't care.
Right.
Oh, we got
As
time
long as you
yet.
guys take
We
the
got
fall.
time yet.
Do you think we have time? I thought
We'd have to have 2 meetings in December.
oh God.
Oh, crap.
Well, they didn't pay us for a full meeting the
Yeah.
last time.
We're out of money.
That's what I
That's
figured.
what- that
That's
was
what I
it.
figured.
Where the budget's better next year.
This is the last meeting for the year then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, theoretically with our schedule, Ronnie and Jeff won't have to mess with it. And our defense could be, we got 2 new members that are really green.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what, we're changing our mind if you want something to change, but, there's not a lot of options to change that I can think of along a ditch. But I think when we look back on it, we are concerned about heavy rains and what damage it can do, not only to people downstream, but people in the watershed if that isn't cleared up. How much we talking? The project was how much, estimate?
I really didn't put a total number on it at this point.
4,000 feet. I mean, it's not gonna be,
Yeah, we're not doing the whole ditch. We're just
Yeah.
doing 4,000 feet.
yeah.
I mean,
Of
you
tree
think if we
clearing
cut the
first, right?
assessment
So
to
that's-
$3 an acre, is that gonna make them any happier or not?
Well, I was
Ronnie?
gonna say we can make a change, increase the rate, the part that's right along the ditch. That would meet what some people complained about.
I would go off the end of the ditch and do a radius that goes off the end of the ditch and say, everybody from there in is on this one rate. Have like two separate radii. The further away, obviously, you know, you go from maybe a 5 to a 4 to 3 or
Yeah.
4.32 or something. It's obviously gonna lower your cost a lot, especially since there's a large chunk in the southeast down here that feeds into that. You know, maybe that changes it to
That's the only thing we could really change.
3,000, 4,000 a year instead of closer to 6,000. But, you know, I do know some of the names that are down here in the southeastern part were some of the names that weren't in favor with it. Maybe that would help, but. You know, these, you know, they were not okay,
Right.
right?
Right.
So if you were to take, say from here.
Well, we could take a chance and
the radius
reposition it
this,
on the priority list.
maybe a shorter one like here.
Yeah.
a Big one like here.
Let the next board worry about it.
Do that
We got
again.
one person recuses
Same
anyways.
Maybe
Yeah.
use-
But, or, you know, you could come
Yeah.
out to here and.
Yeah, that'd be arbitrary.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, it would be not us just picking on one property owner.
Yeah.
If we,
It would be trying to create a solution for those, you know, obviously something has to happen.
Yeah.
And this is the best, it's a compromise.
It'd be nice to be able to justify what radius we chose.
You know, the length of the ditch, maybe, I don't.
And then we need to make the decision of if that property, right, if that radius touches that property, is it include all of it in one or the other? I wouldn't split it up, right? I
Yeah,
would say
I
if
think
it
that-
touches an 80 acres, we either need to say it is in it or it's not in it. Or maybe if it's majority of.
Never done that.
We got a guy in our office that can put that stuff together pretty easy. It's an option.
Be more fun just go down that excavator than it would to have that meeting again. Dig the damn thing out.
Oh,
we'll have a tape measure.
who was that? It was this gentleman here, Ledwinka, that did all the talking last time?
Yeah, he'd still fall.
He'll really love us if we make that radii include him.
Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to say. You know, like the length of the ditch type suggestion, that's gonna take him in. So the biggest objector,
He's gonna get taxed the most.
yeah. Yeah. And
And I don't think we as a board, even though he went to all the expense putting that tile in, we can't exempt him
no,
from this project.
because his tile goes that
Because
way.
that's being, what's that word?
Arbitrary and capricious.
Yeah,
But his tile goes that way, right?
yeah, Yeah. But he's in the watershed.
He's in the watershed, but the tile work he did goes north and and who else was here out of this group?
Youngs were here.
Yeah, the Youngs,
Yeah, the boy,
Robert Finkel, or Robert's
Yeah.
girl.
yeah, it's, yeah, his daughter was here.
Uh,
Kevin was here.
Robert was here.
Yeah,
Evan
Robert was here,
Klaus, Evan was here.
Yes, he was.
this area down here. So the people on this end,
And that Larry Howard, is he
He's on 600.
He's down south on
is
six
he
hundred
just
east.
a small
Yeah,
house owner?
it's a lot, I think.
yeah, here he is,
Okay.
got a lot down there. That ditch goes right through him.
Well, you said how long's the ditch?
4,000 feet, 3950, something like that.
How about if we go 5,000 feet from there? Just do what he says. Strike a chord. Would it be terrible hard to split a property?
No.
I mean, if half of Golden's was in there and half wasn't.
That's where the decision would need to be made and say, you know, if it's 50% in it or out of it, maybe. But
We could split half and
split
half,
it.
or we could, not a
Two
problem, we
years.
just have to do two calculations on acreage.
Yeah. It'd be a little more work.
Then
But would that really satisfy anybody?
that's just.
But you're not gonna satisfy everybody. You're not gonna satisfy
That's it.
everybody.
Are they gonna be?
You know, you're gonna decide, is this a maintenance job we need to do? And we do it, no matter there's nobody
Gotta
here
set
or not.
precedent for the future that
Yeah.
every one of them's gonna want that.
how many more need a maintenance assessment done on them? Or assessment done? Only one other one. Everything else has been done.
Really?
This
You
and-
only got one other
The only
one?
one's Horse Creek, right?
Horse Creek.
And that's that little one that, Pence's take care of. Okay.
But it would set a precedent.
Yeah, that's the issue too. Because every time you try to do some work like this,
Say no white, yeah.
they're gonna want similar
We don't
consideration.
want that, we want a flat rate. I'm paying more than my neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is he paying less than I am?
Yeah. That seems arbitrary and capricious.
So that
I think that a corridor would probably be.
Yeah.
More
That's what I think too.
acceptable.
Yeah.
But doesn't generate a lot of,
No.
No,
Unless you wanna go
But-
more than 3 times, you wanna go 4
but
times.
it's
or
the
5
project
times.
going.
Even 5 times isn't gonna generate but $600 or $700 more.
3 or 4 more hours on an excavator.
Yeah, but it's a change.
Right.
Mhm.
the quarter is probably our best
I
option.
think so.
It's probably the better one.
I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Do what?
Do the
Doing
corridor.
a corridor.
Yeah,
And that would be an increased rate, so there'd still be the regular.
Everybody
rate
else is
on
still the
whole.
same.
Everybody's the same. Anybody adjacent pays the extra, whatever you decide would be 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, whatever.
that would avoid him, wouldn't it?
Yes. Here, here.
I'm curious whether the same people would show up or not. If you do, or you had another area. It might not show up, you don't know. And then they might have to move it to another building. another
Might bring
office.
more in.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Unless we put something in the notice, if we send the notices out and this guy gets the same assessment, he won't know that these people are being assessed more.
Right.
Unless he looks at the
Right.
schedule,
Right,
unless we tell him.
But if you don't put it in, then the ones that complain, they're gonna say, why are they doing this again? They've already shut it down, you know? I don't know which would be the proper way.
Well, I'm not too concerned about that. That ditch is how many 100 years old?
18 something.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
it's been addressed more.
you just have to have in your mindset, it's maintenance, and
Yeah, we have a responsibility.
no matter who shows up and what they say.
Yep.
1891.
They get,
1891.
I mean, so. And it's not been anything done to it in a long time. I didn't bring
Since when
the,
Hawk Creek was adjoined to it in 1937. 36, excuse me, 36.
so.
So has anything changed in the last 85 years that's made it worse?
Maybe just our farming
Farming
practices,
practices probably.
Okay,
less hay fields, less crop rotation, less fence rows.
you know, I guess I could make a motion. I'm going off and I don't live up there. I don't know. What do you want to do? I'll come.
I don't know, but we want to take a stand that we're responsible for maintenance.
I think we should. Now, how we want to assess them is another thing, but I definitely think that we've got a responsibility to maintain drains. Otherwise, why have a board? Um,
I don't think I got any tax customers up there either.
But like I say, we put it in the rotation for,
You gotta enjoy yourself though.
for on down the roads. I don't know.
It's either that or we, yep, do like Jason said, shove it down the road. A year or something like that.
What'd you say next is Horse Creek?
I don't have any hurry to go to Horse Creek.
That was the only one.
That's just the only
That's
one,
one of the only ones.
the only other one that has.
I guess it is next on the priority list, Horse Creek is, but we could,
Why don't we go on and come back to that? With our schedule and come back to that before we close the meeting. Is that okay? Is that wrong?
Gonna do what?
Follow going through the rest of our meeting and then come back to that decision, whether we're gonna do something.
Okay. Everybody all right with that?
Yep.
All right, let's talk about Big Tough for a while.
Okay, every 2-3 years, we've been going in on the lower end of Big Tough and fixing some sandbars. That's kind of kept us from doing a major, excavation on that drain, so that's worked out pretty well. And I've been out since harvest and we've got several scattered between the outlet and up to probably 800 north. Usually takes about 2 days for the contractor to walk that 2.5 miles. So we've got money available. I think it'd be good time to do that again if the board would like to do that. So we could probably work that in sometime. We could either put that out for quotes, or if you want me to get with a contractor and get that done, we can probably get that done before spring planting.
Bigger project, you said?
Probably take 2 days. With the excavator, usually don't even have to spread the spoil, we can spread it with the excavator, pretty, just kind of hit and miss. catching sandbars here and there. Do more traveling than excavating usually.
Are we required to get quotes on something like this?
Is there a value threshold?
No, there's no really value, so it's, whatever you guys are comfortable with.
2 days isn't
No,
gonna be big money.
no, we're looking at 30 days to make a decision. I'll make a motion. We give Tom the approval to go ahead and proceed with the maintenance work that's necessary.
I second that.
It's been moved and seconded to authorize, the cleaning of sandbars and stuff on Big Tough Drain. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. So grab a contractor. And, drainage board meeting time.
What prompted that?
Was it too long?
Well, meaning day or time.
Start time.
Start time.
Start time.
I've been told that this is the only county board that meets after hours
Really?
currently. And with the, advent of being online at the meetings, that requires someone from IT to be available after hours.
Hmm.
So I was asked to convey to the board if they would like to stay with their current time, or if they would consider possibly meeting during the day. And I told them, well, we got 2 new board members coming on in January, so we probably ought to get their input, but we can start the discussion ahead of time.
Yep. I'd say 4:45.
Well, we're off at 4 o'clock now.
Oh.
Building closes at 4.
Building closes at 4.
3:45, man.
3:45.
A lot of people wanted to pay taxes today after 4 o'clock, and they found out they couldn't do
I
that.
Oh,
saw
is
a
that
very
right?
long line when I was walking out of the building about 3:30.
Jeez.
Wow,
I saw a couple come in at 4:05, and they weren't too happy when I got here.
wow.
Uh,
Hmm.
So I'm not gonna be here for that, but I don't think the new board members is gonna wanna meet through the day, but that's for them to say, you know, that's my gut feeling.
I'll be able to attend more meetings if it's not during the day.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense.
And I was gonna make the suggestion, because of the occupation that you guys typically are gonna have,
yeah.
and later in the evening.
Well, the 2 new guys are both in the field a lot.
Yep.
And farming a lot, so during the day would not work.
Yep.
Would probably not work for them.
Some days it will.
Yeah,
Rainy day.
With rainy days.
yeah.
Just wait till it rains and call us.
Okay. I need you. Can you be here?
We'll be here in 10 minutes. All right.
I suppose generally speaking, from a farmer's perspective, I mean, to me, the best compromise would be, let's just do it first thing in the morning, have it over with. And then the rest of the day is ours. We would have to worry about, would you agree with that, Jason? And-
If it's during business hours, I would want first thing in the
Yeah.
morning.
And.
Or earlier.
And Tom has done a pretty good job of us not having to come during planting or harvest.
Cause he's not gonna be here either.
Yeah.
So, but I'd say let's bring it up in January. Well, Jeff and Ronnie, would you agree that that'd be a good alternative?
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought maybe I just didn't wanna pay time and a half.
Yeah. Run out of money.
You guys voted to go 2,
Yeah.
double time.
Yeah, no, I'm totally agree with that. If it was early in the morning, I wouldn't want it in the middle of the day at all.
When the dew's on.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do it when the dew's on, that's right.
Like an 8 or 8:30 type, like if.
8 o'clock,
8 o'clock.
that's when the
Open
building,
up.
that's when the building opens, 8 o'clock.
Open to public at 8, yeah. Does that, I don't know what the schedule is of other commissioners or what, 10 on Mondays? I mean, that's the other thing too, is that.
Anything else going on in here that would interfere?
We never have a 2-hour meeting though.
No.
Commissioners or the drainage board never has a 2-hour meeting unless we have something really controversial.
Big hearing.
Yeah,
But we wouldn't be running into scheduling issues with the room.
Speed commissioners about you, I think you guys are the only other ones that need it here.
yeah.
If you had it
Unless
at
we-
8 o'clock in the morning, I bet you wouldn't have as many people show up for hearings in opposition. Only the ones who are serious, you know, you wouldn't have the, you know,
Well, we've had hearings where people came in favor too, but, that's
Or
rare.
we could go to Tuesday morning. I mean, if you'd want, wouldn't have to be on Monday, but
The day of the week doesn't make much difference.
The thing I like about the evenings is all the other appointments are always during business hours, you know, that you got doctors or dentists or,
right.
you know, whatever you got going on. They're always during business hours. And this, it was easy to accommodate. But I don't have any problem with doing an early morning. I put it on the schedule for the year and everything else has to go around it.
Okay.
So that would be, if we want to table it until the new guys have a chance to talk about it, I'm okay with that, but that would be our preference, I guess, right? Yeah. So. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Maintenance work?
Okay, Wells Excavating had a little bit to do from last season on Wellsboro, and we finished that, probably been a month ago now. Finished a little bit of work on the lower end. And at that same time, he went over and worked on that, tree clearing job that the board approved from the tornado damage there on the Edward Armith. They're, south of Southern Crossing. Got that all finished up. Looks good. Did some additional work for the property owner, so they were happy. And on the Tillman Drain, Romine tile is getting ready to start soon. He's kind of been investigating boring underneath Tillman Road versus an open cut, but, the prices he got for the bore were pretty prohibitive, so looks like we're going back to an open cut. We'll have to close the road, but he's getting things lined up for that, so we should be getting started pretty quickly on the Tillman Drain reconstruction, so, actually Wells Excavating is up on Sydney Branch right now. That's a joint board project, but he got started on that about a week ago, so, gonna keep Jerry busy for a while. So. That's all we got.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
on the other topic we talked about, I think if it's gonna be revisited in the next year to 2 years, we need to do it in December. We don't wanna show this off on the new board members at the start of the year. I mean, I think we need to address it or put it off for a couple years. I mean, yeah, I don't care which, but if we feel like we need to do the maintenance, we just do it. We hold another hearing with a minor change, being a quarter.
I guess I don't want to kick the can down the road.
And do it on 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve morning.
We have on December 8th, our next meeting, I have our annual reassessment scheduled, so those notices have gone out, so we have to meet on December 8th. But we have enough time, if you give me a new assessment schedule, we can get notices out to either meet December 22nd or 29th. We have enough time, if you wanna go that route.
Just
What would-
Those 2 Mondays, 22nd or 29th, those 2 Mondays, the last 2 Mondays of December, we could get notices out before then.
Either date would be legal.
Yes, we have 30 days, it depends on how quick we get the notices out. I think we get the notices out next Friday, we could do the 22nd. If I get them out
Yep.
this Friday, which should be a little stretch, we could do the 15th, which would be a week after our.
For what it's worth, I'll have eye surgery on the 15th.
Oh, well, and you're out.
Okay. And he would abstain, right?
Mhm.
I'll have to say.
So it really is us.
Mhm.
Ronnie, I kind of agree with you. This is a boil
Yep.
that is festering with this board. And you're probably right. We either ought to take care of it or it ought to lay for a year.
Yep.
That's a good way of thinking about it.
So which is it?
Not to go out with a bang, but
Well, I keep remembering how we talked about the Denias Creek construction and ER put it off because the election was coming up. We never had any problem with the Denias Creek.
Yeah.
That went flying right through. And ER was so concerned about that with the election coming up, he didn't want to address it till after the election. And it was not a problem. So it may not be a problem. We don't know.
Well, I think for the people who objected, if we come back and say this is how we intend to do it with the corridor, we've done all we can do.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys are just gonna have to accept it. We have a responsibility, and so we tried to accommodate as best we can with the limited resources that we have or the limited options that we have. And so this is the way we have to go in order to get that cleaned up. Like I said, I don't like the idea of kicking the can down the road, but I defer to the board on that.
Yeah, I think we've got some good replacements and I don't want to shove it off on them.
Yeah. They'll have,
It's not fair to them.
yeah, that's right, that's right.
I'm kind of thinking the 29th would work better than the 22nd because of Christmas.
Yep. And give more time to work.
In your eyes to heal.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion. We have another hearing on the 29th. At 6:30 on this project with increased assessment on the corridor segment we discussed.
What rate?
Huh?
What
With
increased how much?
3 times what we assessed the first time. That makes it 12, isn't that what, instead of 4?
200 feet wide,
Yes, 200 foot wide.
$12 an acre.
Is there a second?
Yeah, second.
Okay. See if I can repeat this. Been moved and seconded that we hold a public hearing on the Adam Lortz drain to discuss the new schedule of assessments, which will include a 200-foot corridor to be assessed at $12 per acre. Is that right? $12 per acre in that corridor.
Would that be on each side of the
Yep.
ditch,
Mhm.
200 feet on each side?
200 feet on each side of the ditch and regular assessment for the rest of the,
Four and 15.
yep, for the 450 for the rest of the watershed. Get it? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Good. I feel better.
Okay.
Anything else come for the board?
On the, we're meeting on the 8th. All of you afterwards, I'll treat you to supper over here at 4th Street, okay? Jake and Tom and even if we have to have Scott, I'd even treat Scott. Scott's been really good to me, so if he wants to join us, he's welcome to. I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Jeff.
Mhm.
Okay, we're still live till Scott comes up here.
Okay.
That map was really helpful, Tom.
Yep.
Glad you brought that down.
Oh. Carl, you might want to talk, Carl.
Uh-oh.
You and I have been invited to the police and open for J 5 talk about drainage stuff. You okay with the area?
This Thursday?
Yeah, I don't see.
Okay.
I'll be there, but I don't know if you
I
need to be there.
will, okay. See, I will be in Western Kentucky.
Well, then we will
Thursday, so I will not be.
Seeing you there then.
Okay.
You going for a ball game?
No,
business?
no, it's work related.
What's related? Sure.
Yeah. I have a new survey tech at Strand, and so I'm trying to help him get his feet going, and so